Hello beautiful friends, thank you for returning. We are outside today because it's nice and warm. It's not quite summer yet, it's still spring, but I really wanted to paint a sunflower today. So that's what we're doing, and you already know that by the title of this video. But I feel that for this specific painting, usually for some videos I guess, I'm telling you guys that it doesn't matter what kind of canvas you use. For this specific one, I think a square one works better than a triangle one. And the colors we'll be using today is white, several shades of yellow, some green, apricot orange, and some brown. As always, I will tell you the shades as we go. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have my background green. If you don't want a green, you want a different color, go for it. I'm just going to use the Scala green. So I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm just going to start painting it with the Scala green. And I'm actually going to use a little bit of white up top, and I'm going to come down with it. So go ahead and get your background painted in whatever color you would like it to paint, whatever shades you wanted it to paint. If you want to do one shade, go for it. If you want multiple shades, go for it. Just obviously please don't do it in yellow because our sunflowers are going to be in yellow. So let's just paint it and get it to dry, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so now that we have a background set, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little digital brush, preferably a circular one, but a flat one will do. And what we're going to do is I'm going to be using a little bit of a burnt umber brown and a little bit of a nutmeg brown, as well as a little bit of the apricot. But first I'm just going to take a little bit of the nutmeg brown, and I'm going to draw a circle here. You can make your circle as big as you want. This will be the middle of the sunflower. And what we're going to do from there, I think I'll make it just a little bigger. What we're going to do from there is really, this is why I think the pointed brushes will be better. It's just the dotted technique. So dot the bright orange, the apricot orange, the nutmeg brown, as well as the burnt umber, just dot it all together to make the sunflower seeds. And I'm not gonna wash my brush in between colors, I'm just gonna do it. And the orange, just gonna add a little bit. I would use more brown than orange myself, but you can do whatever you want to. So let's get dot the whole circle, and then we'll be back for the next. Alright my guys and girls, whoever's watching. So now that we got that, what we're gonna do is start with the lifts. Honestly, with the lifts, I'd rather use a digital brush that's pointy like this one. And honestly, what I'd rather do is just start with a few of them and just outline them, then paint them in, and then add them as we go. I don't like to start painting and painting and painting and then it doesn't look like anything except for a big mess. That's why I do that way. So I'm just gonna take some bright yellow and I'm gonna just start outlining some leaves, some big and small leaves. And obviously there'll be more leaves around it, because if you've ever seen a sunflower, there's many leaves around it. And some of them can be a little wiggly like that, that's fine. See, we can put one back there as well. And my goal with this sunflower is actually to make it look a little bit slanted, if you will. So over here we'll make them a little flatter looking, the leaves or petals. And then over here we'll make them kind of not leafy at all, if that makes sense. And then we'll put one here, one there. Maybe one right there. So now when we're actually going to paint that, honestly what I would, or what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a little bit of the apricot orange with a tiny bit of golden sunset. It's kind of like a mustard brown. So I'm going to mix a little bit of them together, and I'm just going to do like the base of a few of them. Just to give it a few shades and not all the same shade. That's what I'm going for. To have several shades going on here. But just in a few random places, I guess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Sunny Day. And get the sunnier part, which would be over here. So the top of the leaves or petals with a little bit of Sunny Day. Because it's top of leaves seem to get more sun, or tend to get more sun than the bottom. And so I'm kind of adding petals as I'm going, and I'm kind of starting to color it in as I'm going as well. You can also just put a line or two with across petals like that to just add a little shade or two in there. And I'm trying to also make a border with some of these colors, so you can see and tell the difference between the petals. Because right now it looks kind of all together, so I'm not just throwing it in there, I'm actually trying to keep the petals with that. So now I'm just grabbing some of the bright yellow that we started with, that we outlined things with. And I'm starting to fill in where needed. I'm not gonna wash my brush at all while I'm doing this. I'm just gonna layer the paint together because it will look better when it's blended in like that. how's it going, you guys? How are we all doing? If you have more shades of yellow, feel free to put more in. I just think that sometimes less is more, and I think that I have enough going on here right now. And if I have too much paint on my brush, I do have a paper towel over here that I can wipe it off on. And sometimes you're gonna have to just let it bits and pieces of it dry a little bit before you can do that. How's it looking, guys? How are we doing? So the good news about acrylic paint is that if you feel like you made a mistake or you don't like the way it came out, you can always redo it or paint over acrylic paint once it's dry, like we're painting over the green right now. And you see the yellow, you don't see the green as much. But if you're using a different kind of paint, you might want to be sure of where you're putting things, because you can't draw over all the paint kinds. And I'd say don't be afraid to blend in the different shades, because sometimes it will look really good and sometimes you'll just have to do it over again. It's okay. It's experimenting. And the noise that you're hearing, there's some things drying out here on the lines. And the breeze is freaking up a little bit. It's not quite windy, it's just a little breezy. So they're flying a little bit. So there it is. There's our sunflower. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you do get to paint this, let me know. Take a picture, show me, put it in the comment box. Let me see what you got. If you put it like that, like I did, where it's kind of hanging out a little bit, or you just put it straight. If you change the background color, whatever you did, let me see. If you used a different material, just comment on it so I'll know what you used. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day.